We're going to talk today about one of the coolest developments in the history of computers ever. And that was the development of a material called a semiconductor. You may have even heard of the semiconductor industry. And you probably heard of a company called Intel. Virtually everyone around the world has. They're the biggest manufacturer of computer equipment in the world. Specifically, they make a tiny piece of equipment called a chip or a central processing unit. And the entire company of Intel and all the other companies like it all were made possible because of the development of a very, very cool material called a semiconductor. Now, what is a semiconductor? Well, it is a physical material that has some really interesting properties relative to whether it allows or doesn't allow electricity to go through it. Why is that important? Well, here's the thing about computers. Their basic purpose is to take in data, work with that data, and then send that data on to another computer, a device like a display, that sort of thing. But the data they work with is represented as electronic signals or electronic information. More precisely, it's represented as the concept of a 1 or a 0. But what is in reality, either electricity is present or it isn't. That's what an electronic signal or a piece of electronic information is inside a computer. It's just simply, hey, listen, at this exact point in time, at a specific spot in the computer, if I were to check, is there electricity present right there? Great, that's a 1. If there isn't, that's a 0. Now that's not the subject at hand today. The subject at hand today is semiconductors. But the development of the semiconductor, this material that has an odd sort of relationship between whether it does or doesn't allow electricity, made modern computers with their unbelievable speed possible. Because inside a machine like a computer, which relies on information represented as 1s and 0s, but what is realistically, in the physical universe, electricity is there or electricity isn't, it's really important you have devices in it that are capable of turning on or off really quickly. On meaning electricity is present, and that's a 1. Or off meaning electricity isn't present, and that's a 0. These little teeny switches. Early computers had giant mechanical switches. They were devices that could be this tall, bigger than a Coke can. And to have a regular computer that could do even a small amount of work, you needed the actual computer housing to be as big as a small apartment. They were gigantic, mainly because of these switches. They would flip back and forth between on and off. And they were mechanical. They could wear out. They had a short lifespan. But some enterprising geniuses put together a tiny bit of material called a semiconductor. This is a tiny piece of silicon. Silicon is an element you can find in nature. It's very commonly found in sand on the beach. When purified, cleaned up, and melted down, it's what forms glass. Silicon is really common. But if you take silicon and add a tiny bit of another element to it, very special metal to it, that silicon does something really cool. It now has the ability to be controlled, to either allow electricity through or not, with no moving parts. Plus, it can be built very small, in very, very small pieces. So now you have the recipe for success in the computer industry. This thing we need, the ability to switch electricity on and off, now can be made with no moving parts and extremely small. And with greatly diminished cost as time went on. And that's what led, in many ways, to the explosion in the computer industry. So, this is specifically what a semiconductor is. It's a piece of material composed mainly of silicon, which you can control to either allow electricity through, at which point it's a conductor, or not allow electricity through, in which case it is a non-conductor, it's non-conductive. Conductive just means allows electricity through. Now, the way all that happens, the specific mechanical details, what these parts look like, and you have to look at them under a microscope at this point, that isn't as important as understanding that the material itself was revolutionary. Basically a piece of glass, if you will, that can be modified slightly, and suddenly you can, with a tiny little electrical signal, make it allow electricity to go through or not. On, off, just like that. And no moving parts, and it can happen super rapidly. That's part of why computers are so powerful nowadays. So that is semiconductors.